What up, group? Welcome to Lions War Season 38, War number 11, where Salty goes against TCN, the biggest whale alliance in this whole game, TCN. So we know that we have a hard war going for us. Now, they haven't done that well this season, to be honest. TCN has kind of been off their game, so they're not going top 3, but they're still a top 10 alliance, so we have to beat them. They banned Kitty, CGR, and Mcoc, so obviously they've been talking to GT40. They know to ban Kitty when they face us, which means I don't get Kitty Pride or Tiger for this war. So yeah, as you see here, my S39 is unawakened, and I asked my alliance, do I use the awakening gem on him? Since I have so many generics anyways, and I have a science, they're like, heck yeah, use it. So I awakened my S99 for this war. I was given backup in section 1, and 3 fights this war. Pretty quick war, as you'll see, but definitely different fights than I'm used to, for sure. But there were so many different champions I wanted to use for this Mojo. I ended up taking S99. I was told either AA or S99, and I really wanted to take Mr. Negative, but I haven't practiced with him, and it's an important war, but it would have been such a good fight, and if it was a death, they would be like, oh, I went out in style, you know? But so far, at this point, I am deathless this season. It feels so good to be 10 wars in deathless, going for the full 12, as I've never had a deathless season. I've died once in a season before, but never deathless, ever, in my MCOC career. So going for this fight, this is Path 8. You gain power, whoever has more buffs, and anytime you parry, you get a buff, but S99 is immune to any buffs at all. So anytime that he parries, he gets a pause buff, which is great. So my goal here is get the special 2 as quick as I can. I'm putting on some debuffs on him just so that my special 2 does more damage. Awesome, some big damage. Boom, that does some big damage with special 2, and I'm also pretty highly boosted right now. So I'm putting a dex right there. Awesome. Don't get parried. I'm gonna miss a parry at some point. You'll see, like right, I think here. Somewhere I miss a parry, and he gets some nice hits on me, which I'm pretty pissed about. Right there, I don't know what the hell happened there. He got some nice hits. It's the only fight for S99 this war. I have like no ruptures because just I'm missing a lot, but I have the wither on him, which is nice. I'm pausing that every single time. I have 2 withers on him, and my goal is to just hit into his block and get to a special 2, but not a big deal. Finish the fight off. Super easy S99 fight. First ever S99 fight in season. I did one as like a rank 1 S99 against a boss way back in the True Strike days. But this was in season. Felt really good. And he's newly awakened. So yeah. I tag my buddy Blimey because he has a next fight. I feel bad having to boost up twice for 3 fights. Kind of pissed me off, but I do what I can for the alliance. I didn't really boost much for that fight anyways. It's a pretty easy fight. And now it's time for the next 2 fights. I had this Gorr and Rich Get Richer. I've done this fight with Tigra before, but now I'm going to do it with LongShot. And you'll see why I was assigned LongShot for this fight. Tigra can do this, but LongShot can just destroy this fight. And the best counter to Gorr is LongShot. So you'll see why in a second. And then after this, I have a LongShot fight. So I had to fight against LongShot using Torch and his Flame On. So I'm super excited. I put a Power Stat 1 here. I put a special 3 defense boost just in case anything happens there. In case he gets a special 3 somehow, but he shouldn't. I'm unawakened. I don't need to be awakened because I don't need to nullify any of his buffs. Plus, his no doesn't, like, nullifies have a 90% chance of failing anyways. And I have an S99 synergy, which gives me regen anytime his regen expires or is nullified. So see when I get to a special 2, when I nullify his regen with the Fate Seal from the Incinerate, you'll see I get a regen right here. So boom, get my regen. He just gets deleted. My God, the whole block is a special 3. Oh no, and he just pops up and dies. And I finished at 100% health. My gosh, that fight was amazing. Wow. That fight felt so good just to be like, dude, I have 1 fight left for this war, and then I have 1 more war left to be deathless. This is LongShot on Conflictor. My goal here is to not Dexterity, just so I don't activate his Awakened ability, so he doesn't nullify my Dex and gain power, and so I don't activate Mixed Dispersion, and to parry with a White Magic Speed fight and just do Medium Light, so I don't activate the Deja Vu Prowess buff. So yeah, it's super easy, Medium Light. I'm going to build my Smolders up pretty high. I think I do a heavy attack right here at some point, or maybe not, but just medium light. Get a repair there just because it's more hit inside block. I thought about dexterity in this, but no, just block it. It's my only torch fight. There's no reason not to block it. He's going down so quickly. I've done this fight before with Hercules, and this fight with Torch on this node is so much easier. So much easier. So yeah, I'm never going to bother baiting specials it out. I don't need to. I don't want to bother having him fail dexterity. I keep my temperature up. My smolders are getting higher and higher, doing more and more damage. I can't throw a special 2 because the stun he'll shrug it off with the conflictor. And this fight is over, so he's dead. Just like that, 93% health. That fight felt so good. Finish this war. I have one more war to go deathless. But this is against TCN, and they didn't die that much. And we had a pretty rough beginning of the war. It was 1-1 for so long. And then we started dropping some deaths. So I tagged my buddy in, I think Sorex, as he's putting on the pre-fight, and then Fanny, I tag him because he's doing the next fight. We end up losing this war, but no potions to use this war. It feels good because I had 3 different champions, no deaths, which means that I can just easily use no potions. Although I finished at 100% health, could have done so many more fights with those. So more fights. We're supposed to be at 53 fights this season with 0 deaths, which isn't great, but I'll take it. And I've used not that many potions compared to the rest of the seasons. As you'll see in the next video, I'll compare. But yeah, 2 to 5. 5 is really good for Salty. It's decent. But just to see them die 2 times against us when they died 10 times against other alliances, it pisses me off. It's we could have beaten TCM. So now we have guaranteed masters. We have 1 war left. We're in 12th place, I believe, for the rest of the season. And if we lose the next war, we're still masters. If we win the next war, we're top 10. So we're going for top 10. Salty can do this. I got to add Path 8, which I've done already once, I think. I've done Path 8 already, those same nodes before, and that Gorr before. But I got to add Mojo there. I got to add another champion to the conflictor node, which is LongShot. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for the last war of the season. There's nothing too exciting happening in it, but it is against an alliance that we beat, and they want revenge. So we'll see how it goes. But anyways, thank you for coming to this war video. This is Coop, signing off. Happy gaming.